Clarence Eugene Gatton, and I was born Route 2, Harmony, North Carolina. Most people call it North Carolina, but I call it North Carolina.
What year were you born?
1928.
I am Eugenia Griffin Adair, and I was born in Bessemer, Alabama on August the 31st, 1931.
Is Donna Louise Smith, now Gatton, and I was born on March 23rd, 1931 in Tacoma General Hospital in Tacoma, Washington.
Well, we all were in the wars, different wars. I was in the Korean War. Brother caught a banana boat, and then he went and worked on the Panama Canal. They were building a canal.
This was the middle of the Depression in Alabama. And my daddy had a job the whole time. He was an engineer, and actually the government had set up, I think maybe, I forget the name, but anyway, it helped the people work. Yeah, the government was. So probably he was in the Army with a rank of captain and major, and it was then World War II came, and he was in the Coast Guard auxiliary. No, not auxiliary. Coast Guard. Anyway, the big guns that shot at the airplanes, and he was on the coast in Africa and Italy.
Of course, the Great Depression was going on in 1931, and when I was 5 years old, my parents came to the Washington, D.C. area because they could work for the government.
Most time we walked. We didn't have much choice.
All right. I was living in Jacksonville. I had moved to Jacksonville, the family, when I was 9. And so after the war and in high school, people didn't, the teenagers didn't have access to automobiles, except old friends Dick and Bill had a Jeep. And so all of the kids had a big time around that Jeep, because sometimes there'd be 8 or 10 people, and you know, nothing such as seatbelts or anything like that. But otherwise, we rode the bus. It was walked or whatnot, although, as I say, we went to the beach at times, and some way or other we got to the beach.
Well, when we were in Washington, we got around by streetcar and bus. And at that time, you could get a streetcar pass. Our parents, my stepsister, Georgianne, and I, would take our parents' passes on the weekend and go anywhere we wanted to in Washington. And we'd go down to the art gallery, down to the mall, and then just ride everywhere in the streetcar that it went. It also went out to Glen Echo Park, and that was always fun. We did a lot independently, without adults with us, which couldn't possibly happen today.
No. I did have one brother. He graduated to University of North Carolina. He was very bright and everything. Later on, he was the head of 5 universities. He was very bright.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did go to college, but I interrupted my college career to get married, much to my mother's disappointment, because And she was right. She said she didn't have the opportunity to go to college, and that it was very foolish to give up an opportunity like that to get married and not finish college. And I went to George Washington for a couple of years and then got married and had a family.
Oh, yes. All right, to begin with, Daddy, of course, had finished college, and my mother had been at college too, but not the whole 4 years. And no, we were expected to, my sister and I, to go to college, and mainly to find a husband, even if it was only 2 years. And if we were going to get a job, it was to be a nurse or a secretary or a teacher. I was expected to find a husband. I was tall. I was to find a man taller than I was and smarter than I was, and that was attracted to me. But I managed to do that.
Well, you know, I think so. A lot of us got married young at that time. Most of my friends did.
Never even thought about it back then.
What were you doing, and how did you meet Dolores?
Selling encyclopedias. I met her that way.
Door
I had taken over for some student who was, was in college, and when he gave it up, he turned it over to me, and so I took that over, and everybody thought I was a college student, but I wasn't.
Were you in?
Well, I think, I'm not quite sure when they actually started typewriters, because I think that would have been a long time before. But the electric typewriter would have been one of the things. And of course, well, it was a lot later than that. We had the radio, and when we were kids, we listened to the radio, the Lone Ranger, and some of the mystery stories. I loved one called Jack, Doc, and Reggie. And I always loved to read mysteries and listen to them on the radio.
I grew up, with ice boxes, and I knew the first electric refrigerator. And, but no, I went to my grandmother's every summer and Christmas up in Pinewood, South Carolina. In those days, when I was a kid, there was the privity and the well and the pump and no electricity. And so then I saw each of those come into that house. In other houses where I live, I remember when we had the first telephone. That was strange, and with operators and whatnot. And so, and then in school, both in high school and college, because I was real good in math. I only took math courses if I needed an A in something to get my grades up. But I used a slide rule, which quite a impressive thing back then. If you had a slide rule and could use it, I mean, they were difficult, but that was quite a status.
I was a linotype operator, and he was a pressman.
You were printers,
Printers, yeah.
and that was technology.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that at all. And I always thought that my own children would get a better education than I got, even though I went to a school that was college bound. But I think your generation is great. I don't feel that way at all.